Welcome everyone to the Master Box, where today we have another riveting SD2 match. With me co-casting is the Graham Slam. Graham, would you like to introduce yourself and the players we have with us?
Yes, hello. I'm the Graham Slam. And here on Bobber today, in the left, we have Biebbs. Yeah, Biebbs playing 25th Panzer Grenadier, balanced. And on the right, in the red trunks, we have Jaapaasa playing as 2nd Panzer Division Maverick. So we're once again on Bobber. I feel like you keep picking this on purpose. It feels deliberate at this point. I see other people casting on good maps, and once again, we're on Bobber. But you know, I roll with the punches. I mean, top-level talent can handle anything.
Yeah, you're just a masochist at this point. I just gotta keep,
You're the masochist. Suffer. You're the one doing it. I'm not. You would be the masochist. If I was picking it, then I would be the masochist. Is that how that works?
Oh, Jesus. So I'm going to put up to the northern position. We're actually seeing an interesting thing with Biebbs pushing the northern portion, I guess you could say, and at the same time pushing into the center area. And he's actually making a really good push in here as the balance player.
Yeah, well, on Bobber, like, you can kind of be a little more aggressive as the balance player because it's kind of hard to get the double tick. So if you want to throw the Maverick player off balance a bit, you do have basically the same income. So it's not unheard of being a little aggressive here. Both players pushing different areas. Normally, Biebbs would push the northern position. He's opted for that southern kind of below the peninsula push, which is interesting. He'll have to see if it actually can like turn into anything. But both have a lot of SPWs. The divisions are kind of similar, actually. They're not like super different, though there are some minor sizable differences, especially as you get into B and C phase.
Ooh, that IG-18 just taking out the clown cars. Yeah, because 2nd Panzer, if I remember right, one of the big problems with the division is the fact that it doesn't really have much armor in A phase. Like, looking at the
almost none.
Right now, it's all clown cars, yeah. So I think right now we're seeing Biebbs like just bully him a little bit with his own clown cars.
Well, yeah, I think that that's where... So, 2nd Panzer is kind of unique. I do enjoy the division. I think it's fun. It does come with the veterancy, right? So, like, its Pumas are... Like, it has Pumas as SP231s, it has 233s. So, it has every SPW you want, really. The question is, the big concern is he does have less, but higher veterancy. So, they kind of have to, like, perform a little bit better. We'll see here. I haven't seen anything too crazy yet. Plus, like, 2nd Panzer Grenadier isn't a heavy, like, armor-throwing, it's mainly Stugs and Martyr 2s, so it's not like that's a huge issue. Though this 410 diving in down the south, it misses actually, so that Pack 40 will live. That should have been a kill there for him, which would have been huge, like a nice little 70 or 60 point pickoff, but instead it's going to live and Jaapaasa can better reorient it. So early airplay coming out of here from Biebbs because he does have the 1410 and he probably feels pretty comfortable.
Yeah, no, I feel pretty comfortable as the balance player right now too, especially holding some of this key terrain that Biebbs does have. Especially, like, looking in the central portion of the map, we're not seeing it turn into a grind fest yet. Like, even though we have a bunch of Volksdeutsche from Jaapaasa, we don't see, like, a major infantry engagement and just, like, the grinding attrition that I was kind of expecting to see out of, like, the town fight.
Yeah, I mean... If you're Biebbs, you don't need to push whatsoever. Like, that's something that, a lot of times you'll notice players, they'll just push because they have to push. Having a 13-10, or 13-11, 14-10, even 12-12 as the balance player, most of the time when you're going against the Maverick, you really should probably just chill there, right? Yeah. Like, set up, get yourself a nice line, get ready to absorb what's eventually going to become a blow, right? But a lot of times these balance players will find early success in A phase against a Maverick player. They overcommit, and that's how they lose the game in 23 minutes.
That is pretty fair. All right, and one thing, this Pack 40's got an interesting position that the one that enemy 410 tried to bomb out earlier. But at the same time, is this SPW going to autocannon it?
He's going to have one shot here of stopping it, and he will get the kill, but they actually trade out there. So, I mean, on one hand, you lose the Pack 40. It probably should have died to the bomber, so you at least got some value out of it. We do see the 20 mils being brought out here by Jaapaasa as well down south. So he brings the Flak 38 20 mil in a 20 mil basically little truck as well. Like, it's kind of ghetto, but it works. Now the downside to those 410s right there is, and you've seen it twice now, is because it has the 50s. The 50 kilogram bombs can be a little inconsistent at killing, and so while that MG4A2 is down to 1 HE or 1 HP, excuse me, it will survive, right? That you're gonna have to find something else to kill it with. So that's just something to keep in mind with the 410s, is that I'm a big fan of them, but they can be a little iffy when it comes to getting the killing blow on full HP units.
Yeah, at the same time though, like if he just needs them to pin, like they're gonna be perfect.
Sure.
Now, one thing I want to point out
quick.
here is the fact that Biebbs' investment into 295-point bombers is causing Jaapaasa to make it a 150-point investment when he needs to have bodies on the field in this support equipment.
I mean, sure, like you could argue that, like, but on the flip side, you could argue that's 295. So what is that? Just someone do the math. It's almost 200 points in planes. That's not ground units. So maybe you could argue on the vice versa, like, who does it impact more to spend a non-combat units 5 minutes into the game? Does it hurt the balance player, the maverick player more? I can be sympathetic to both positions on that one. Especially though, I'll say this: you force the AA buy early without getting a lot of value out of the planes. That's something that I would say, hey, maybe that's something to take into account, especially because these are double vet. I mean, look at that. That's a double vet SCKFZ and double vet 20 mil. That alone those can actually kill planes.
That is true.
This isn't the AA of like 3 years ago. Like a couple 20 mils won't dissuade too much, but what they can do is kill. Like that's something very, something to keep in account of, though. We see there's kind of a small counterattack up north because Jaapaasa did go across the river. He is trying to set up a little bit onto the hill line there, but it's not fully invested in, partly because of the AA buy.
Yeah. At the same time, though, you are right. The 20 mils do kill. They don't pick, right? And so I can see that being like...
You see right there, look at the DO coming in right here. Yeah. They finally get stunned, but you should see the smoke start popping here in a second, and that's a pretty durable plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see a little bit. He's a little jacked up.
He's got dents right now. He's turning a shade darker. He's
a 109 would have died, I think.
Yeah, no, I think the DOs are heavy resilience, if I remember right. So
yeah, they're a heavier. They might not be heavy. Someone in the comments will be able to tell us for sure. But they're 100% one of the more resilient German planes you can bring to bear. Yeah,
now I'm looking at these Stosh Troop. He gets 6 of them for 15 points. That's really, like, they're a really good gap filler. And, like, with the Molotovs, he might actually be able to take on these Flammenwerfer squads.
I don't know. Maybe 2 years ago I would have agreed with you. But, like, the Molotov's been kind of, like, consistently nerfed, I feel like, over, like, since from its, like, heyday.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
I mean... There was a once upon a time where like Optimachiki or not Optimachiki, Tango Desaniki,
the Tankos,
or they would just annihilate. Oh, resilience is very good on that DO. Yeah, that's gonna be extremely hard for 220 mils to kill.
Yeah. The 2 Stosh Troop are doing. Oh, did you see that?
Yeah, they just tag teamed him real hard.
Yeah. Well, and it was also really good of the Panzer Grenadier MG26 to actually take one of the HPs off of the Flammenwerfer. Yeah. So that actually did help turn that tide.
The Sturm Pioneers, so he's bringing out Sturm Pioneers trying to reinforce that spot, which I do like. The Sturm Pioneers will kind of jack up the MP44s because the Molotov doesn't do the same kind of damage. Plus the Stosh Troop. Oh, those Stosh Troop are shock. Oh, actually, that changes my equation. I didn't realize those Stosh Troop were shock as well.
Oh, shit,
so they will be. Yeah, I mean, the MP44s, I believe, in this exact situation will be slightly better. But I mean, we see the Stosh Troop there going to I might be wrong. I mean, we see they're about to trade almost 1-to-1. So yeah, so that's a win right there. There was some crossfire from the MG26, but off pure math, if my 15-point unit is out training your 20-point unit, eventually that adds up. So that's a win right there for Biebbs, and really we just have small engagements across the map right now.
Yeah, no, and I really like this because he's using them in conjunction with each other. Right, so that's 2 15-point units turn into a 30-point unit, but that 30-point unit's able to make... Oh.
You see right there, though, that's why you like the bigger ones, the 250 right there with... And he actually... So something really smart there by Jaapaasa. He turned off the 450s, just dropped the 250 because he knows he just needs the 250 to get the kill on the IG-18, and now he can bring this bad boy around and get one more drop in somewhere. And so while 4HE isn't going to kill too many heavy squads, it could stun something. And we see it right there. There's the attack order give. He's going with the Panzer Grenadiers along the riverbank. Which are holding back.
He's going between the 2 of them to try to stun as many as he can.
Yeah, he's gonna try and stun them, and he's gonna try and push that Volksdeutsche up. Yeah, you see it right there. So if I was him, I'd immediately try and cross here. Now there is that one Panzergren, which could maybe stop it. So there is a little bit of a missed opportunity here by not trying to roll up on it. Yeah. But the SP233 killing the Puma across there as well. That's a big pickup for him. You want to get rid of those Pumas. Those 3 triple vet Pumas are disgusting, especially with the addition of APCR to the Puma. It makes that very hard hitting in the right circumstances, especially if you can get 2 of them on like a 2-on-1 against a tank or something like that.
Yeah, no, the Pumas, the Panzer 3Ls, anything that's like a 50 mil with that APCR is actually really good against like medium armor.
Oh yeah,
like,
absolutely.
That's where we saw one of the games we casted where like 2 Panzer 3Ls will always outtrade a Sherman.
Almost always, yeah. If you, as long as you're taking it under the 1,000 meters. If you're taking anything over 1,000 meters, the shipper might actually kill both Panzer IIIs.
Yeah.
But if you get a sub 1,000 meter engagement, the Panzer IIIs should win the vast majority of the time.
Yeah, and then just those APCR rounds, like they let you hit above your weight class. I remember like back in 2019, 2020, where I had 50 mils with APCR penetrating IS-2s, and it was just like, what the hell is going? I'm not complaining, but like, what's going on here?
233 does die, but it did good damage to the IG-18 there. So we're still at a 13-11. This game hasn't really changed too much over the past 10 minutes. Both sides still kind of throwing down, feeling each other out. This does benefit Biebbs. He hasn't traded poorly by any means. He is bringing. Let's see, he's bringing out. What's the check? Capture check 105.
Oh, Storm Pioneers did it. They're pushing through those Stahlstrupp.
Yeah, and they should finish this off here. There's a Pioneer here along with a Stahlstrupp. Yeah, I mean the 2v1 even with the lower HP they should win if they get the right fight there. SP231 getting a nice kill on a Panzer Grenadier. Though another Jeep going down there for Jaapaasa in the middle. So for Jaapaasa, you're gonna have to set up. He did. Yeah, that's a good bomb drop right there. It didn't kill, right? Well, it killed one. The other one's still 1 HP, but he hasn't. We don't see a fallback order yet here by Jaapaasa. Maybe he's banking on it regaining their constituency here. But if he's not careful, he's going to surrender that unit.
Yeah, and then he's going to lose that center's position. At the same time, though, he's probably really microing. Yep, it just surrendered. At the same time, though, he's really, what it looks like is microing the center portion of the map right now. Like moving the Volksdeutsch and everything else he can in.
Yeah, it looks like that's maybe where he wants to try and break through. But it feels like the problem for Jaapaasa is that he's had kind of like minor success in a few different areas.
Yeah.
But he's not really sure where he wants to truly commit. Because, we've seen him put, here's 50 points here, here's 60 points here, here's 60 points here. Well, when you do that, you kind of take away the ability to really push. And on Bobber, a general along the front push rarely works out for you because of just how easy it is to entrench your opponent to entrench. I mean, the river, right? It's thank you, bad map.
the river maps, please let them stop.
Yeah, please stop. I mean, that 410 getting a little jacked up right there too. So those 220 mils, they're not stopping, but they are doing damage. You'd like to see probably one more if I was him, or maybe a fighter, or something like that. Well, he does have FDKFZs, and he has...
he heard you, because literally, he's calling out a second pack of Flak 20s. But at the same time, what we're seeing here is Biebbs has actually brought a K-35, like a Czech gun, almost up to the front line, and he probably is just defensive firing on these AA pieces.
Yeah, he just wants to kill that AA. And he might. Like, this shot right here might kill him. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, we see Jaapaasa going to try and bring the Panther A up here on the riverbank, which is a smart move. Typically from this position, I know now everyone who's watched all these bobber casts say this every cast. The Panther A here, the Panther A here is going to set up, and it's going to allow him to kind of dictate the engagement. And this is something you want to see earlier in the game. That's the problem with 2nd Panzer, is that you don't get the heavy armor until this stage of the game. And actually, that IG-33 is critical. You want that heavy hitting HE because there's a pack. There's anti-tank guns, right? there's stuff in front of you. It might be worth, if I was him, getting a card of getting the getting an SK-18 out early just for counter battery.
Yeah, because SK-18s are really good at counter battery. Oh, that's a This 105 is doing the work right now.
That check piece is excellent. It's a 75 points. It gets 30 rounds. I believe it has a pretty quick rate of fire. I think it's like 8 rounds a minute. Yeah, 8 rounds a minute. Oh, the Stu 3 going down.
The Panther took it down.
The Panther killed that. Yeah. Now Jaapaasa late here with fallback orders. This is once again he's microing other areas, but you want to be, you got to be quick with that fallback. Oh, we see the ME410 here actually got the side pin on it and gonna get the kill because the A wasn't fully in position there, and that's a huge pick for Biebbs. That 410 used to be utter garbo. You would never use it. You would never bring it. I didn't even know it could kill a tank. I think it's the first time I've ever casted a game and it actually killed a tank. But it got the side penetrating shot on the first hit, and that doomed that Panther to death, and that's a huge pick there for Biebbs.
I think the big thing is that Czech gun killing the one single 20 mil piece allowed that to happen.
Yeah, and so now he's gonna have to reorient. This is why I think even to this day the 20 mils are better. The 20 mils can get kills. That's a real thing. That they're making it look like we don't know what we're talking about on this cast, but it's why getting out a 88 mils still huge. If you have 88 mils, getting one up just to provide the deflection potential for them is still so massive at this stage of the game. But we do see Panzer Grenadiers can be bought. He's going to go for a heavy southern push, while up in the north, Biebbs is slowly starting to try and get rid of the bridgehead up there.
Yeah, no, he's trying to push it out, but I'm like still, even with this 190, like let's see here. So it doesn't look like he's turned everything off. So he's probably like dedicating his micro to the center and the southern portion.
Yeah, he just called that out. He's gonna bomb, get a good kill there on the Panzer Grenadier, which is nice. Like there's a nice little kill. We still don't see any AA out there for Biebbs, because Biebbs does, that is something. Biebbs does lack AA as 20 Panzer Grenadier, but he does have a card of 20 mils, and he has a card of SEKFZs. And an unvet SEKFZ will get plane kills.
Yeah,
it can be completely unvetted. Yeah,
unvetted. It is a bullet like hose.
Oh, another kill of that. The IG-33 goes down. So that 105 piece has now essentially paid itself off completely. And if you counter in that it took an AA piece and a support gun piece with 2,000 kilometer range, that's pretty huge.
The crazy part is to me that this 105 is basically in his own radio range. And that's why he's able to get those direct, smooth hits on that IG-33. So he's got an IG-33, a Flak 38, and a machine gun. MG-42. So it's got its points.
Yeah, we do see him trying to push a Volksdeutsche across here. I mean, he might set up at a building line. Up north, we see Biebbs is still... He's kind of like willing, but he's being pretty conservative. He could probably be a little more aggressive up north, actually. Yeah. Because Jaapaasa is at a 1410. The big question for Jaapaasa is going to be, where can you get the double tick at? And the easiest one's going to be across that river there with the flag just out of the intersection.
These 233s are just wrecking shop.
Yeah, the 233 is nasty.
And he's even like microed it to the point where he took off the heat shell, so he's able to just use the AP against the clown cars.
Yeah, you see that? The 20 mil is actually causing the full fallback of the Focke-Wulf 190 and causing the smoke.
Oh, look at how badly damaged it is.
Yeah, and so here comes a full strike package here, 410 coming into soak up. The other 410, the AA wasn't microed, almost the same situation, but no penetrating shot this time.
Oh, AA's going off. It needs to go on this anti-tank.
He needs a target.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs a target right there. That's a missed-microed opportunity, because it is smoking too. It's going to probably get away when he should have got a kill.
Yeah, no, he's like, unleash the dogs! And then like the pack of them just go to like kill it. Now, he didn't get a penetration, but he got a crit. Because I'm looking at the model right now.
But that really doesn't that's not a huge deal.
Yeah, transmission damage, like when your training is fucked up like that, it just means that you're not going to be able to back up properly, right? So a Panther...
Yeah, I mean, he'll be able to repair it simple. Like, not getting the pin is what's big. Like, that thing being able to withstand a tank battle is really important for him. Now these Panzer Grenadiers will be able to march down that Pack 38, showing you right there why it's so crucial. If you have a 50 mil German gun with APCR, you need to wait till the 1,000 meter mark against heavier armor, because you're just not going to penetrate. And that right there, the Panther can just absorb that all day. Though a nice counterattack by Biebbs into the northern port, a little north of Jaapaasa's position. Problem is that there's really no AA there protected. This Focke-Wulf 9 is going to come in. It's just that Pack 40 kind of trying to hold back, but that bomb drop's going to get there, almost completely kill that Panzer Grenadier squad. And very slow fallback orders for Jaapaasa this whole game.
That Panzer Gren, if he didn't get that 190 strike in there, could have killed that Pack 40 pretty easily, which is... Yeah, that strike was really important to try to hold up on that, support equipment. And now we're seeing reinforcements of Panzer Grenadiers.
Oh, alignment bug on the IG-18. The IG-18 is the alignment bug right there. You can see it. Once again, Eugen, how's this still a problem this many years later? But you can tell that IG-18 has the alignment issue. It has that Pack 40 fully in sight right there. It should be dead. Instead, those two guys, those guys are like you and me in math class, can't figure out how to do basic geometry. And
because it's all it couldn't shoot because the bridge was in the way. So let's see if it gets the shots off now.
We're gonna just roll it up the bridge.
Yeah.
And now it's out of view. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah. A huge missed opportunity. And we see here the flooding's kind of happening. Jaapaasa does take the 15-9. That's what you want to see. The problem, I would say, is that it's a little late. That's the biggest issue here, is that it is a little late. Biebbs had a tick for a sizable period of time. Oh. So Biebbs does have time, especially if you can get this to a 14-10.
That pack, the Pack 50, it got a pen on the Panther. Look at the damage on it. It's like one shot away from dying now.
Oh, I missed it. Where did you even see it from? There's not even a...
Because the Panther pushed up, and then the Pack 38 was able just to get a good shot off on the side, I guess.
Yeah, we see IG through 33 coming up, which actually could be a problem for the Panther a little bit. Kind of depends. Martyr 2's coming up. Oh, multiple Martyr 2's. I like the Martyr 2 switch there, especially in a group double vetted. That's very smart by Biebbs. It's a high-level play. You bringing your Martyr 2s out, you don't need more Martyr 2s, you need efficient Martyr 2s. Now, you do see Jaapaasa still holding the 59 here, and that's really at this point what he has to do, at least for another 5 more minutes.
And
like another 5 more minutes
goes down.
Yeah, there
the Flak 20s, they did it.
They finally did it. Yeah, SDKFZ too, also protecting that middle position. If you're Jaapaasa here, I think it's time to send the boys in the middle. The Panzer IV Führer's coming up here. You have enough infantry. Like, start trying to get in here, get that other flag here, because Biebbs is going to regain a flag here. Yeah, that's going to put it to 13-11. Jaapaasa sending more SDKFZs up north. That will maybe get him the northern flag. That's going to be hard to tell, because there's a Panzerfaust equipped unit, so it'll kind of depend.
Now I'm going to point out here that, like, it's looking like Jaapaasa at the end of his, like, 170 for 10 minutes is actually, like, breaking Biebbs in a lot of spots.
He's bending right now. Biebbs is bending in a lot of spots. I wouldn't agree that he's breaking just yet, because it is a 13-11. Now that you could argue maybe it's a false 13-11. That plane going down, that's nice, right? Finally, the 20 mils are living up to the hype that we gave them. But Biebbs does have a couple things going for him. He hasn't completely broken. He still has a bridgehead on the opposite side of this river, so that's important.
Yes.
Maybe one armor piece up north would probably hold that northern position. So, there is some good things for him. On the opposite end, these Focke-Wulf 190s kind of just eating for free are a huge problem.
No, I agree. And then I think that Biebbs is... Oh, look, he's starting to get his income. So we got two more Martyr 2s, 1 star, right? So he's got 2 cards, one star.
Oh, and the check piece trying to get the hits on the Panther, because the Panther is damaged. If he allows his Panther to sit there, that... wait, how much ammo does it have left?
It's got 2 rounds left, 2 rounds left.
Yeah, that's not going to be enough. But it's that can happen. That's a thing where if you get a pin and you just jump some artillery, even mortars, stuff like that, you can get a kill on a heavy thing.
I've done it before in like 10v10s and shit like that.
You just expose yourself as a 10v10 degenerate.
Well, yeah, I love my 10v10s. It's like less stressful than like the 1v1s. Yeah. Oh shit! This is the second plane. That has been taken out by these, so maybe he needs to bring in another check piece and just like try to keep interdicting.
I would just stop at the planes. I think that at the end of I don't think artillery is going to help him too much right now. He needs to stabilize this front a little bit. The Panther A the kill right there on one of the Martyr 2s is huge. You want those Martyr 2s engaging together. That's really where you see it. Can sometimes the Martyr 2, if you're in APCR range, step its boundaries and get you a nice kill? Yes, absolutely. Oh, yeah. But if you're engaging at 1500 plus, you really want both of them together on that Panther A.
Yeah, because he's moving up the Martyr 2 right now.
Oh, the 410 going in for a Stug up north. There is a couple of AA pieces there, but he's going to get a clean couple shots in here. So the 410 coming in. Yeah, and the side armor given there allows for the penetration shot. The penetrating shot, excuse me, though. He does kind of some damage in there on that 410.
Yeah, no, these 20 mils are actually getting a decent amount of damage on the 410. Now, I'm going to point out the southern portion, the Martyr actually blew a lot of his APCR on clown cars. Wait, there's no more Panther. It killed it.
Yeah, he killed it. He got it. Shit. He lost the Martyr, both Martyr 2s, killed the Panther. That is huge, especially because it's going to be very difficult for Jaapaasa to get in the Panther. Now, it is a 17-7 right here. There is, there's a possibility Jaapaasa could break this southern position. Yeah. It's kind of holding on by a thread here for Biebbs. Income is just the problem. That's why I think that his killing blow hit about 2 minutes too late. So that's what's going to allow Biebbs to stay in this fight here when you kind of expect. Oh, nice kill on transport right there by the Panzer Grenadier.
That Panzerfaust did it. Yep. Nope, but that Panzer.
Now he will eventually die, but that was really good value, because that's what you need as a Maverick player at this stage of the game. You just need to get some value out. Bomb drop coming in there on the Stug. I would have gone for the Pioneer Führer instead. But hey, trying to do damage. We do see that Panzergren from across the river, just kind of lighting the infantry up right there.
Yep.
Because Jaapaasa or Biebbs really needs to kind of stabilize this tick a little bit, because now it's starting to get to the point where it's, oh, I'm running out of time.
Yeah, no, he's realizing with that double tick, he's like, oh shit, I gotta push. But at the same time, though, Biebbs having that Stug 3 up north is going to be a big thing just because the clown cars can't kill it.
Yeah, they're all dead. There's a Pack 40.
And we got the anti-tank plane moving up north too, taking out the one clown car.
Yeah, that's smart. There's a lot of MG42s and a lot of half tracks here, so you're going to need to see some armor. He's bringing up Panzer Shreks. Biebbs is to try and kind of help deal with this, though. The problem's going to be just getting close to them, because look at all that open ground. Those SDKFZ, half tracks can kind of sit behind, just let the MP42s go to work. More damage being done. Mara 2 going down right there is actually big. And if this middle flag falls here, which it will, Jaapaasa can take this middle. Oh, actually, he's going to clean up that northern portion there, though. So this will go back to a 15-9, but there is a little bit of stabilization occurring here. Yeah. Question is, how much?
Because the Panzer Shreks are now in the buildings, like you can hear the voices in the walls at this point. And with the depth of that,
the 410 did the work.
Yeah, the 410 is what saved that northern position.
Ooh, Panther A. So a Panther A buy and a Stug buy. So that means he's been staying for a few minutes, or he was floating really bad. One of the two, but it doesn't matter, right? It leads to the same outcome here. Yeah. So another Panther A is coming out. That is big. If he can get the Panther A and keep it alive on the hill there, it could maybe allow him to regain that furthermost southern flag, but at a minimum, let him hold on to his southern position gains. The problem for him, Jaapaasa being, the Stug 3 dying is huge. What killed the Stug? Up north and along the neck of the peninsula. The Pack 40, I believe, got the kill there. So that is big. Though Biebbs trying to drive across the river here to snag these flags, I mean, I think they're eventually going to collapse, because look, it's like a little pocket.
Yeah, that's a little desperate. But at the same time, the only thing holding that is the Stern Pioneer. He just has to connect the bubbles.
Yeah, he could just drop. Actually right there. He probably could figure out where it's at. Though both Panzer Grenadiers going to load there. I mean, that's not going to do too much, but then again, he can probably throw them away a lot more than Jaapaasa can. I mean, hard to tell. It's not like his infantry tab is like infinitely deep. It's not like a Porek or something with 100. It's only 73. So there is. And right now, there's something to it.
One thing I'm going to point out is, as the game goes on, Biebbs may have more Panzer Grenadiers or more infantry, but at the same time, his big card is 27 unvetted Panzer Grenadiers, and we understand what happens when an unvet fights a 2-vet.
Well, and you can tell he's dipping into that unvet card already. Like, he's already dipped into it. Like, because look at all these unvet Panzer Grenadiers being called out. Yep. So, he's very early in C phase. It's not very early. We're 8 minutes into it, right?
Yeah.
It's not like it, but he's already burned through, I think, a lot of his vetted infantry. So that does mean he's kind of on the clock as well. And that's something that's very interesting if you're the balanced player. It doesn't happen, I think, too often, but where you have to start counting infantry units into C phase against the Maverick player, because you were just grinded, right? The grinding happens so heavily. Nice kill in the Pack 40 there by the IG-33.
Yep.
The problem for Biebbs is that he needs to end the double tick. Like, that has to be his #1 priority. His best bet is going to be at the northern neck position if he wants to really end it and give himself an ability to get back in this. This Pack 40, though, about to go to town right here. Was that an alignment bug again?
I'm just going to point out that down south, that Aufkleber literally is worth its weight in gold when it comes to the information that it just provided, because that IG-33 from Jaapaasa killed the IG-33 from Biebbs without a single return shot because it couldn't see shit.
I could see it.
Yeah, because the Aufkleber that Biebbs has is currently, like, in the worst spot ever, where it only sees, like, a small keyhole of that hill. Now going back up north.
Yeah, in the northern position is the big problem. I don't know why does Biebbs have an order for those 2 Panzergrens to go all the way across the northern peninsula to that flag. That's not the flag he needs to get. He needs to reclaim his hill flag, and then that northern neck, kind of like along the bridge line, the closer one, not the further one. Yeah. Because all he needs to do is get it off the double tick and that'll buy him a little bit of time. But actually now, I don't know, we're getting to the 4-minute mark now. It might not matter.
Yeah, I think that Jaapaasa might have pulled this one off, unless these Panzer Grenadiers can, like, get re-diverted back to just
Yeah, this is a bad decision here by Biebbs. Biebbs, I think, has played a pretty good game.
He's moving one
but the Stuke charging across the river right there, that's going to get it killed. That's a huge loss right here. I mean, yeah, he's still alive, right? But that Pack 4 is going to do it right here, right now. Sayonara, yeah, just killed that Stuke. Now, he will reclaim one flag here. That'll bring it back to a 15-9.
Yep.
He's going to need to get another one. The problem is that Sturm Pioneer projecting influence so heavily both in the northern and southern spot of that forest line is going to make it difficult. He might be able to load right on it, but then it's going to collapse I think back a little bit. Yeah, you want to see him... Oh, he should not drive across the river.
No, he needs to go back. He needs to go back.
No, he needs to stop. He needs to turn around.
Yeah, he needs to turn around.
No, bad idea.
And the Sturms being there and the clown cars.
Yeah.
Now, this 14-10, like, Biebbs can do it.
I don't think so. It's the middle position starting to break here a little bit. One of the Martyr 2s goes down. That Panther A just really starting to exert his influence, his superiority on the high ground right there. We see him dropping from HE into the MG42 spot. This is going to go right back to a 15-9 of 3 minutes. Now this is the problem for Biebbs, is he has to play dumb. He has to do dumb things to try and get a flag, and when that happens to you as the balanced player, you're almost always game over.
That is kind of fair, yeah. Because look at what's happening up north. He's throwing a Pioneer Fuhrer into the Devil's Nest up there of that hill. Just trying.
Yeah, I mean, a Yak Panzer IV, the AO is coming out right now. That's going to be extremely difficult for him to stop. These Stugs just do not have the ability to fight armor like that straight up. You need your heavier AT weaponry, and it's just unable to be brought to bear, especially because a Falk will just bomb it. There goes the artillery piece getting bombed on the front line right there.
Biebbs played pretty good, but
Biebbs said, "Hey, I didn't hear no bell yet." He's counterattacking up in the north there. He needs to push that Panther strike back. Now that Sturm Pioneer is going to eliminate his Fuhrer. That dude's going to get burnt to a crisp. There's a possibility they all die. He needs to unload. Like right now, yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Now, if he can get the engagement in the open there, the Pioneer Fuhrer just got obliterated. So Sturm Pioneer and Panzer Grenadier being called up north, both at natural double vet though. That's just a huge advantage at this stage of the game because Biebbs is having to rely on unvetted infantry to like hold the front, right? And that's already hard enough. But then to try and exert offensive firepower in the infantry battle on SC2 with unvetted infantry almost always goes poorly for you. And right there, all of them die. That's 2 squads dead to 1 Sturm Pioneer up there. That 59, and that probably does in the game right there.
Yeah.
That's probably GG.
And like, look at the influence being exerted right now. Yeah, the free veterancy allowing you to get up to 2 vet as a 1 vet cost.
Yeah.
Oh, so beautiful. Yep, Biebbs sees it and he sells it.
Also, big props to Biebbs for GGing out. When you realize the game's over, I'm a big on this one. When the game's over, boys, it's all right. Just throw the GG up and move on to the next one. You don't gotta all play to every last second of the game. Like, it's cool when we lose. It's cool to move on into the next one. And you see the KD there. I thought Biebbs played really well early.
I think the KD happened when he started throwing shit away all willy nilly.
About the 20-minute mark, it really started to go south for Biebbs. That's why I said Jaapaasa. My one worry for Jaapaasa was, did the killing blow come a little too late, and the balance of income could make up for it? But he traded well enough that it allowed him to maintain like that veteran superiority through the match, which really carried him through. Plus, the AA setting up and putting it into the 410s was huge for him as well.
And what's crazy, if you look at the chronology, you can see like 1420 to like 1508, Biebbs was in the driver's seat, right? And then you start seeing the trades that Jaapaasa pulls off, these little pockets, these Pack 40 kills, everything.
That 2115 to 2248 right there is huge. If you look at that, that's a lot of vetted infantry, vetted planes, and AA. Like that's just stuff that Biebbs was not able to replace.
Yeah, and Jaapaasa getting those support equipment in there and then having it exert influence the entire game. I'll eat my sock on that one. It was the better move. And then looking at like 27, like you can just start seeing like all these 2nd Panzer, kill like streaks going on just because Biebbs had to push. He had to do the stupid shit.
Yeah, and that's typically when especially like when you're the balanced player. If the Maverick player is trying to do it because the game is like within seconds of being won or whatever, it's a little more understandable. When the balanced player is doing it to try and like extend this game, right? Not end it, but to extend the game in length of time, that typically means he's probably done.
Yeah. And
Because if you just can't you just can't waste units like that and hope that, oh, guess what, in 5 more minutes the situation's gonna be better. That rarely happens.
yeah, rarely. And with that, I'd like to say thank you everyone for making it this long. Please subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
You know, do the thing. Keep the channel growing. Keep showing me that you want to see this content and the way we present it. You know, we're just co-casters. We just have fun casting. I want to know that you guys want this too.
Yes.
All right. And,
tell us that you want it.
Oh yeah. And with that, Graham, you have anything you want to say at the end?
Like and subscribe, and no more bother.
All right. I'll try to limit the amount of bother. All right, and with that, thank you everyone for making it this far. Have a good one. Bye.